You ever feel like you've spent years in a classroom learning absolutely nothing about money? Algebra, Shakespeare, the water cycle, but not a single lesson on how to build wealth, avoid debt, or make your money work for you. And now you're out here figuring it out alone, paycheck to paycheck, wondering why it feels so hard. That wasn't an accident. Here's the truth. There's a set of rules that wealthy people follow, not because they're smarter, not because they got lucky, but because somewhere along the way, someone taught them how money actually works. Nobody taught you. The system wasn't designed to. But that changes right now. I'm going to walk you through 5 money rules from the psychology of behavioral finance that schools never touched. And if you stay until the end, I'll share one habit that almost nobody talks about, but it's the invisible thread connecting everything that actually works. Rule number 1. Your behavior is worth more than your financial IQ. Most people believe that getting rich is about knowing the right things, the right formulas, the right investments, the right strategies. So they wait. They read one more article, take one more course, tell themselves they're not ready yet. But Morgan Housel, in his book The Psychology of Money, tells the story of Ronald Read, a janitor who lived simply, invested quietly, and left $8 million to charity when he died. And Richard Foscone, Harvard-educated Merrill Lynch executive who went bankrupt because he couldn't control his impulses. The difference wasn't knowledge, it was behavior. Start watching your emotional patterns around money before you try to optimize any spreadsheet. When you do that, you stop being someone who knows about money and start being someone who actually acts with it. And this next one, most people think they already know it. They don't. Rule number 2. Your money beliefs were shaped by a world you didn't choose. Most people make financial decisions thinking they're being rational, but here's what the research actually shows. Your beliefs about risk, investing, and saving were largely formed during your teenage years by the economic environment you happened to grow up in. If your family lived through inflation, you probably fear investing. If you never experienced real instability, you might take risks without realizing it. Housel puts it plainly. Your personal experiences with money make up maybe 0.0000001% of what's happened in the world, but maybe 80% of how you think the world works. It's not your fault, but now that you know it, you can ask yourself, is this belief actually mine, or is it someone else's fear that I inherited? The moment you question the origin of your beliefs, you stop being controlled by them. But rule number 3 is where most people give up on the process, and that's exactly why it works. Rule number 3. Saving isn't about discipline, it's about humility. Most people believe they can't save because they don't earn enough, or because they lack willpower. So they wait for the right moment, the raise, the promotion, the point when life finally stabilizes. But the inability to save almost always comes from overconfidence in the future. We act as if tomorrow will always be more predictable, more manageable, more forgiving. Saving is an act of humility. It's admitting that you don't know what's coming. The move is simple. Automate a small transfer to a separate account the day you get paid. It doesn't need to be large. It needs to be consistent. You remove the decision from the emotional equation entirely. That's not willpower anymore. That's architecture. And once you build that system, you stop depending on motivation and start depending on structure. Now things get a little deeper. Rule number 4. Real wealth is what you can't see. Most people measure financial success by what shows up: the car, the clothes, the vacation photos. So they spend to look wealthy instead of becoming wealthy. And that's the cruelest trap money sets. The more you display, the less you accumulate. Housel makes this razor sharp. Wealth is the assets not yet purchased. It's the money that stayed invested while someone else upgraded their lifestyle. Start measuring your financial progress invisibly, not by what you own, but by what you're quietly building that nobody sees. Swap the question, "How do I look?" for "How much am I growing in silence?" When that shift happens, you stop competing with other people's lives and start building your own. And that leads to the last rule before the bonus, and this one might sting a little. Rule number 5. Time is the only strategy that can't be copied. Most people quit investing when results don't show up fast. 3 months of nothing visible and the anxiety takes over. But what Housel calls compounding is exactly this. The biggest gains don't come from the best investments. They come from not interrupting average investments for long enough. Warren Buffett is over 90 years old. The vast majority of his wealth was accumulated after his 60th birthday, not because he got smarter, because he didn't stop. The action here is almost embarrassingly simple. Pick a reasonable investment and keep adding to it consistently, even when it feels like nothing is happening. The mechanism is mathematical, but the execution is entirely psychological. Once you understand this, you stop chasing shortcuts and start trusting the process. Now, at the beginning, I told you there was one habit almost nobody talks about. Bonus rule. Learn to get comfortable with not knowing what comes next. This isn't motivational advice. This is the foundation that holds everything else up. Most people make their worst financial decisions in moments of uncertainty. They sell when markets drop, they spend when they're anxious, they avoid investing because they're waiting for things to feel safer. And the problem is that the modern financial system is built to look predictable. News cycles, expert forecasts, market predictions, all of it creates the illusion that someone, somewhere, knows what's coming. But Housel is direct about this. Surprise is the rule, not the exception. The biggest crashes and the biggest rallies in history were events that almost nobody predicted. The real skill isn't predicting the future, it's building a financial life sturdy enough to survive what you didn't see coming. That means keeping a margin of safety. It means never betting everything on a single outcome. It means accepting that you will be wrong sometimes, and that's fine, as long as being wrong doesn't wipe you out. The person who learns to stand steady in uncertainty no longer needs certainty to move forward. These 5 rules won't change your bank account this week, but they will change the type of person making your financial decisions, and that is what changes everything over time. You're not just learning about money, you're becoming someone with a fundamentally different relationship to it. More patient, more aware, more in control. Which one of these hit closest to something you felt but never had words for? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. If this gave you a different way of seeing things, hit the like button. It helps more people find this. Subscribe if you want to keep going deeper, and share this with someone who needs to hear it today. Most people will keep scrolling. You chose to stay. That already says everything about who you're deciding to become.